Hey folks, welcome back and Merry Christmas! Today is a wonderful day. The fireplace is blazing, chestnuts are roasting, and your neighbors are being, well, cranky.
Hey, good morning, Kanye.
Shut the f up.
Today, we're taking a look at Christmas with the Kranks. I love this movie when I first saw it, but not everyone feels the same way. So it has me wondering now, do I have bad taste? Probably, but that doesn't stop me from covering movies like this. Because if bad taste is wrong, then I don't want to be right. Frick. As always, I'll be sharing my thoughts as the movie progresses. So kick back, relax, grab some gingerbread cookies and spiked eggnog. Please, spiked, subscribe, and let's do this. The movie opens up with happily married couple Luther and Nora Krank, played by Tim Allen from The Santa Claus and Jamie Lee Curtis from Freaky Friday. They drop off their daughter Blair to the airport because she has a Peace Corps assignment in Peru.
I didn't bring the umbrella.
I need that stuff from Chips.
I didn't bring the umbrella.
Well, I still need it.
Happily married.
You could use an umbrella!
Really now? What gave you that idea?
I really think you need an umbrella!
Well, what are you, stupid umbrella? Because I got one!
Oh, well, he's persistent. Frick. Thankfully, Luther notices an ad for a cruise line. So he does some quick maths, and well, this is the final number. Honestly, Luther is just taking forever to tell her about this idea, because she's been getting other ideas.
Come over here, turn around. What are you doing? Sit down.
Anyways, he pitches the idea of a 10-day cruise in the Caribbean, and Nora's more than excited about it.
Skip Christmas.
We skip Christmas?
Not so much anymore.
But after she hears it's $3,000 against the usual $6,100 they spend, frick, so they'll actually be saving money in comparison. That's insane. Who knew Christmas was peak capitalism?
Oh, it's not even Saturday night.
Jesus Christ, she was horny. Frick. So Luther happily notifies his entire workplace that he's skipping Christmas. Like a complete boycott. He's not even accepting gifts or attending any Christmas parties. So he's like a Grinch right now. Meanwhile, Nora gets bombarded from the Christmas card guy, and he isn't taking no for an answer. He even interrupts her lunch date with her friends to ask about her order for Christmas invitation. Like, read the room, my guy.
No Christmas Eve party?
No party this year.
She's not ordering Christmas cards either.
Why is she so passive aggressive? So her friends are having a hard time processing the idea of not doing Christmas.
How do you simply not do Christmas?
Wait, you skip it?
But then what do we do Christmas Eve?
Literally anything else. Get started on that ham, start drinking some eggnog until you're literally buzzing away. Or if you're feeling extra adventurous, just stay home. So Mary doubles down because she realizes nothing's wrong with wanting to actually take this year off, but it looks like literally nobody shares that sentiment. Where in God's green earth do they live?
We're not buying a Christmas tree this year.
I can't understand how I'm feeling the awkwardness and pain from these interactions. Jeez. Anyways, they notice the kids are talking to Vic Frohmeyer. He's a self-elected neighborhood watch. So that night Vic comes to talk to Luther about it, and well, it goes exactly as you'd expect.
If you're trying to make me feel guilty, get off of it. Else, I'd appreciate if you and everyone else around here would just respect my wishes.
And he brings up that it's time to put up Frosty, then disappears. You know, I remember hearing someone mentioning that this movie is like a horror, and I think he's right. Also, Frosty is a neighborhood tradition, but Luther tells Nora to ignore the neighbors about it. So they'll actually be the only one without a Frosty up, essentially.
I gotta get to work.
Well, have a good one, old man.
One snowball with a little yellow spot on it. Just skim the top of that little head of his.
Why?
Bah, humbug.
Good morning, Mr. Scrooge.
Wow, people are mean around the holidays. Frick. Back at home, the neighbors gather in front of the house and demands Frosty. So Luther tells her to just leave the house and meet him at the mall.
All right.
Anyways, the next day they make the local paper, so naturally it upsets Nora. So now she's completely on board.
Atta girl, 2 more days and we're out of here.
Ooh, it's Christmas Adam. Why even? Oh my god. Peak capitalism. The next day they're happily packing until Blair calls.
I'm in Miami and I'm coming home for Christmas.
What?
Oh my god. That's actually funny. Turns out she's bringing her boyfriend she picked up from Peru.
He's asked me to marry him.
What?
And I really want to.
Wasn't she there for like a month? And she told him all about how grand their Christmas is. She lands tonight, by the way.
We land at 8:03.
Tonight?
Yes, tonight, just in time for our big Christmas Eve party.
So now all their plans are out the window. Just like that.
Start with me. This was all your stupid idea.
Stupid idea. 5 minutes ago, I was a genius.
Yeah, well, now you're an idiot.
I do like that sometimes. Happily married. So Mom takes over this operation and assigns Luther to get a tree and put up Frosty. And to the surprise of no one, there's only this ugly tree left.
Hey, what do you guys say I give you $25?
$75. Take it or leave it.
He just didn't want to do Christmas this year, jeez. Well, after that encounter, he notices his neighbor packing for a trip.
A call from Blair. She's coming home. Tonight.
Yeah. And decides to ask him to borrow his tree. I mean, desperate times calls for desperate housewives. So he gets Vic's son, Spike, to help him with the tree. But nosy neighbors are seeing something else. And while the police show up to ask him why he's lugging around the tree, Spike just disappeared on him, by the way, so Luther is looking cray-cray right now. Why did I have cray-cray? Meanwhile, Nora has a lovely experience with the last hickory honey ham. Blair's favorite. At least Spike came to his aid. So like, why flee the first time, my guy? Nora gets home with the sad news that nobody's coming to their party tonight. I guess her friends found something to do. Probably best to just ditch the idea and come clean to Blair.
Happened to the hickory honey ham?
Never say hickory honey ham again.
Ooh.
Oh. So while Luther's putting up Frosty, Nora's at the liquor mart and is greeted by someone who knows her and her family. By name. So like a sane person, she invites him to the party tonight. He already knows where she lives. So no hope there. Frosty is no more, by the way, because Luther had a hard time. A very hard time.
Okay.
Actually, it was a attempt. Apparently, I misread the instructions.
Wow, a dark joke, frick. Okay. Anyways, he tells Vic that Blair's coming home, and while Vic announces it to everybody else. It's a good thing they actually like Blair, which motivates them to chip in and assist in this Christmas miracle they're trying to pull off. At least we're seeing the good side of the community now. I guess.
Blair needs a ride home.
I don't know if we could do that.
Shall I call the chief?
We could do that.
Wow, man has some pull. Frick. Everything starts coming together except when Blair calls, cause they landed a whole hour earlier. When does that ever happen? So Spike uses the police radio to tell them they need to stall. This is before smartphones, folks. The mysterious man shows up and greets everyone like he knows them. He brought hickory ham though, so it's all okay.
Sweet.
Always the weed head. Well, that gets resolved very quickly. Why did it even happen? So while the police are stalling, they actually hear a break-in and chase down a burglar. Well, that's a bit scarring. Frick. Anyways, they managed to get home and it's a lovely reunion.
We've been watching what we ate.
And you've been in the sun.
No, we have not. I wear black to make me look lighter.
But the cops did a dirty by leaving this guy out in the cold. Burglar guy gives Spike a sub-story saying he's doing it for his kids. Yeah, okay. So he uncuffs him and lets him go inside to get some food and warmth. Like an absolute fool.
Swear?
On my kids' lives.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. She gets greeted by the mysterious man who she doesn't even know, by the way. Surprise, surprise. And we finally get a name. Marty.
Marty? Who are you people?
And surprisingly, Marty and Enrique hit it off. So, big win actually.
Who is that?
Marty, you know Marty. Everybody knows Marty.
Marty!
I love it. And they even sing a song together. Frick?
To propose a toast, if I may. My new family and friends. Thank you.
Didn't you meet a month ago? Luther gets sour at the worst time because he didn't get to go to his cruise. So naturally, he gets an earful from his wife about it.
I spent 6 weeks planning this vacation. 6 weeks. That's longer than they've been dating.
He just made a really, really good point. That's a mic drop moment. She does make a good point that the neighbors sacrificed their Christmas Eve for them, so I can see both sides. So Luther decides to drop off a ham to his neighbor that he'd been butting heads with all movie. And I guess it's only after him seeing what love and community looks like from the outside, he actually realizes he has a reason to be home and celebrate Christmas, because clearly his neighbor doesn't. So he gives them the cruise tickets as a Christmas gift, as it's non-refundable.
Does this mean we have to start being nice to each other?
Of course not.
But I still don't like you that much, old man.
I love it. But let's not forget Burglar Man, who just wanted warmth and food.
You swore on your kids' lives!
What kids?
He's bad? I'm shocked. At least Santa stops him.
I told you could use an umbrella.
What? Marty.
Oh my god, Marty was the umbrella Santa. It makes sense that he would know everyone, I guess. But he has to run away from the party now because he got work to do on Christmas Eve. Can you imagine? And well, women talk to each other very quickly. So Nora already knows Luther gave up the tickets to the neighbors.
Skipping Christmas. What a stupid idea.
Maybe next year.
Don't get his hopes up now. Oh, and turns out Marty is the real Santa. What a pleasant surprise, actually. And that's the movie. You know, as I'm covering movies as somewhat of a critic now, it was good and it wasn't good at the same time. Does that make sense? Like, the story didn't make much sense. Blair literally just left, then randomly announces that she's coming home for Christmas. It would have been a bit more believable and better story-wise if like a whole year passed, or even 2. So that way at the very least the Kranks would have seen that Christmas wasn't the same, so they just wanted to escape and leave everything, you know? It wasn't that hard. Come on. And the bit about the neighbors not respecting the Kranks' decision to skip Christmas, I mean, everyone loves tradition, and it's the same thing as if we want to do something as a group and one of our friends wants to skip out, we'd obviously push them to reconsider. And besides, they're not bad people. They gave up their Christmas despite the Kranks purposefully skipping Christmas, because they could have still taken part in some things, just not everything, but it is what it is. I can see both sides of the argument, unfortunately. But it's Christmas. It's wholesome and I love my wholesome endings. So as always, thank you all so much for watching and Merry Christmas. Peace!